Hey guys, how's it going? Jason Sensational here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to share a few games with you guys of the deck Darkness. It's a deck that I hyped up in my 8 decks to play before the patch, and I think it's really well positioned right now. It feels very strong, and it's super easy to attack into different matchups. I think on the Runeterra AR, its win rate is also a little bit lower than what I might suspect of it. It is like the strongest control deck at the moment. If you guys like that slower kind of game plan, this is a deck for you guys to play, and it's really easy to tech again into multiple matchups. So I want to share two different lists that I have been playing rather, and just talk about what the differences are and how you could really tech them into different matchups based on what you're facing on ladder, and this can kind of help you out decide on what version of this deck I should be playing, or if I should be playing this deck at all. So let's jump right into it. Starting with this one. This is a deck list that I took from I'll just say friend, but easy to win. He's a fantastic player. I think he's rank 1 at the moment, Brazilian player, part of HDR, and he just showed me this list, which actually runs 3 go hards. Very interesting. A lot of these lists are pretty similar, except for the differences of what kind of spell cards they want to run. And this list is on 3 go hards, 1 box, 2 whales, 2 minis, 1 ruination, 1 stress, 1 mini, etc. What's really cool about go hards in this version, as well as the 2 whales plus 1 box, is that this list is very teched against Cannon Ari. Having the additional pings from Gohard, especially when paired with Senna making them fast speed, can provide a very big threat when you have 8 different ping cards that cost 2 or less, as well as having the whales to wipe out 1 health boards, or having box for like a Allegiance Wayfinder turn. So this kind of list is very leaning towards trying to beat Ken and Ari, and that's sort of the main goal. As a upside, or just as a random way the deck is built, Darkness is usually always good against aggro, depending on how many heal and removal cards you want to run. If you're on like 3 whale, aggro just like never gets through to you. Spiders, never heard of them. And with 1 ruination, you actually have a little bit better odds into the target Demacia deck. So the dragons, the Pantheon, ruination is also a very solid card for that, especially paired with Senna. I think one of the most awkward things about ruination is you're always like, oh, I don't want to, I'm going to try to milk it for next turn, but they just open attack, and then you're forced to ruinate anyway. But Senna kind of makes that problem a little bit less awkward, because then you can just ruinate at speed and sort of just ruin their game plan, not take a lot of damage, and then rebuild your board for the next turn. So this list is a little bit more teched again for the Ken Armor, and that's sort of this list, and we can move on to the other one that I've been playing a bit as well. So the other one is the list I just like ripped off of Majin Bay's video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Majin Bay on YouTube, super solid guy. You guys might have heard of him. But this list is, again, fairly similar. Instead of the go hards, it runs group shots for the same reasons against like Ken and Ari, or at least being able to deal 2 at fast speed, good against aggro as well. The main difference is that this deck does run 1 Rekindler. And this is where we want to start talking about like tech cards. Against the mirror in specific, or any deck you need a lot of value, you have cards like Rekindler, Mist Call, and even, although I haven't really seen this been played recently, you have Aloof Travelers. If you want to like super greed for the mirror, there are a lot of cards you could run, such as Aloof Travelers, the Rekindler, as you saw. Mist Call is a good opportunity for that, but you could cut down on the card like Group Shot. You could cut down on the 3 go hards, even though the go hard pack bags might actually be relevant in the mirror. I don't quite know yet, but there's a lot of value tools you can just fit in, like 2 Group Shots, no, 2 Aloof Travelers, you need 2 Rekindlers. There's a lot of different ways you can just like greed a lot of value. So if you're facing a lot of Darkness mirrors, which I think I was facing a lot when I was playing in Diamond on my alts, a good way to try to get an edge on that mirror is just to go Omega Greedy. So you can run like a second Rekindler, you can run like Aloof Travelers, you can take out like the potential group shots, even Val if he starts to lose a little bit of value, and just go super greedy. The cards like Box Whale can be cut, and you just run even greedier cards, right? But the overall list, I will just talk a little bit about the overall list for any of you those who are unfamiliar. I'll just use this list as an example, but the main goal of this list is to use Twisted Catalyzer early on as well as Veigar to improve the damage of your darkness. Now, I think I realized that Veigar himself is rarely the win condition. If you are able to darkness your opponent's face out with a Veigar on board, I think that's a matchup you're likely winning. I don't think there are very many matchups that solely depend on Veigar to race out our opponent, with the exception of like maybe Bandletree, but that matchup is just omega unfavored for us already, and Veigar probably just never survives anyway. But Veigar, if you just get one darkness proc off of it to like 3 damage, that makes a world of a difference when it comes to just using your darknesses. After you have like a 3-4 damage darkness, then you want to cheapen it down with Silted Roadmaker. This card is super important. It's very difficult to stress how important this card is. Not only is it just a nice statted unit, so you can play it down against aggro and feel pretty comfortable, but casting Darkness for 2 mana, 1 mana is super impactful because it just gives you that extra layer of flexibility on how you want to spend your mana. And so once you have a cheapened and darkness that deals more damage, this is where a card like Senna comes in. I think Senna is a little bit of an underdog when compared to the power level of Veigar, but Senna herself is just so good at keeping up with tempo. You just clear your opponent's units, unit after unit, you build up tempo on your side of the board, and suddenly you're just attacking for like 10 damage a turn. Senna is super important, just keeping up with board parity, gaining tempo advantages, because she just generates 2 darknesses each attack, or on summon and then attack, kills 2 units, and then threatens to do it again next turn with a fast darkness, with the fast Senna's kill spell, with fast like Go Hard if this deck was running, or fast like anything that you pull off Ecologist. Senna just really makes the game difficult against a lot of decks that just cannot remove Senna off the board, because she just starts to gain board advantage by herself really fast. So that's sort of the gist of the deck. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I have some really cool games to showcase for you guys, because this deck is super grindy. I think this deck is almost comparative to how grindy it is as like a Shellfolk deck. It can play for very similar game styles, where you don't necessarily have to win the game as long as you're controlling it, but eventually you'll just flip that switch. You'll suddenly gain that board advantage, you'll run your opponent out of threats, and then you just move in to end the game. So hope you guys enjoy the games. Try the deck for yourself if you haven't already. And I'll link a deck guide in the description as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos, and Happy New Year's. It is going to be the 1st of January, and I will be streaming. There's going to be 2 tournaments this weekend, and by the time you're watching this, I should be streaming in a couple of hours, maybe 1 or 2. So I hope to see you guys there, and peace out, guys. Take care. A little bit tougher because we just don't have the same amount of tempo pressure. This deck is definitely a lot slower and can run into some issues, but we do have 1 Ruination. Like, this Ruination just like needs to get him, or like the triple mini morphs. Unless this deck's only on 2 mini morphs, huh? Because it's on Ruination. Oh. Tempted to keep both. So tempting. I think it's correct. Do I keep Senna? Maybe not. I'm keeping these 2, I probably can't keep Senna. It's probably a lot better. Let's see if he has Saga Seeker this time. Nice. Let's see if he has a 2-drop this time. Oh, buddy pal. Oh, buddy pal. do you have Wounded White Flame? Pass? Oh, he's so good at the game. Unlucky. I mean, we'll just let him attack. Yep. Because we're ahead, we should try not to, like, flash around and do nothing. I think the scariest thing I am scared of in this deck is Pantheon. And so I'm just gonna pass and wait for him to actually level up Pantheon. If he doesn't want to do that, then that's perfectly fine with me. This is gonna deal 4. If I attack into here, I don't kill it through a guiding touch. These two Gohards are gonna be basically dead this game. Glimpse is really good.
What wondrous discoveries await below.
Okay, so you have the chain vest. Yep, it's fine. What do you think, Pantheon running Dragon's Clutch? You know, just get White Flame. If you're running Dragon's Clutch, I think you need to be playing the Shyvana version. So how much damage am I willing to take? He doesn't have Zenith Blade, which again, godsend. If he wants to like pale on this, that's perfectly fine. We've already seen 2 chain vests, so I don't expect a 3rd one. We have a Vow Feast. I think taking at least 1 block is fine. Just going to 4 doesn't really kill anything either. Probably gonna set up like a Ruination soon. I'm very surprised about this pale. I could like glimpse my own unit to gain or rather it's like not give him the gem, but he's already cast like a spell this turn, so it's like irrelevant. We'll just like go hard this. But do we go hard it? It's an interesting one. I think we'll... I'm not sure if I want to dilute my deck quite yet. If he wants to save it, I'm perfectly happy. Really, I don't understand this at all. I really don't. Too bad this can't kill these guys right now. Sort of find glimpsing. I need to find something. I do have this 1 Ruination, but even the Ruination itself doesn't do that much. I could glimpse when he attacks if he doesn't have Zenith, it's totally fine. Maybe we're just chilling for a little bit more. Whale's a dead draw. If you don't have Zenith, I really don't care. Okay. It's like if he does this, he singles. He pushes like 6. It's fine. I tap under Ruination. It's a little bit of an issue. If he has a single now, it sucks. If he has single, he definitely uses it here though. I'm probably just going to Ruinate next turn. So we have to figure out what the best option is for that. Really. Perfectly happy with that. Just want to push 2. Okay. So we'll Ruinate next turn. And now we just amass like in hand. We can send a Ruinate. So maybe we don't even need a Ruinate next turn. Like we can always send a Ruination him. As long we can like go hard Ruination to pop spell shields as well. Like this is really good for us. This Ruination will just eventually get him. We'd even potentially start like pre-committing like Darkness as the fire at his face. His Pantheon is flipped, 3, 6, 9 card hand. I don't really see a need to do anything. I just Ruinate him at fast speed. Oh, that's Pack. Whoa. Okay. can just mini morph you. Not sure if I want to just mini morph you. Oh, this is definitely just a ruination then. Easiest ruinate. I am burning a card. Maybe I should just chuck the go hard. Oh! Oh, baby. Oh, baby. And now I have a mini morph for Pantheon. So as long as he doesn't have more than one Pantheon, I'm feeling pretty happy about my position. Make sure I didn't script the order there. This is why I kept Ruination the mulligan. And now we'll just start pressuring him with Senna. He's gonna be very low on units, and his units are gonna be have to starting at very low health as well. So he can't realistically play units out here. And we'll just slowly pressure his life total. Oh, we should have played this. Call just excellent soft pass. He might not even have any more units. Okay. We do have mini morph.
I stand this day, a man against all gods. Today we say enough.
What if we just pack him? Like, we could, like, legit just, like, pack his bags and just kill Pantheon that way. Like, Pantheon never lives here. It's so difficult for him to keep Pantheon alive. Like, this Darkness kills it, this Go Hard kills it, this Mini-Morph destroys it. Oh man, easy to win's on something. So does this turn into pack? So how does this work? I want to know. Like, this should be the pack, right? It does pack him. I then still have mini morph. Like, I just want him to pre-commit everything. But like, does this turn into pack or does this turn into pack? Because like the ordering of this is like really strange. I'm not sure how this exactly works, but I do have the mini morph end of the day. Okay, I'm just gonna mini morph you then. Simple enough. There's a lot of resources spent into it, but he needs to draw another Pantheon to to do anything. Actually, is he dead on board? He might be dead. Okay, so this turned into pack. Good enough. We're very close just killing him on board. Lightning Rush is lethal.
Let us take a peek at life beneath the waves.
Stress Fence is insane.
Darkness and light.
Okay, so he did have guiding. It's fine. Sure. That stack is massive. That stack was great. I love the spell stack. It's like my favorite thing in Runeterra. Okay, you bet. Stolly. Stolly's so close to lethal too. Oh, I was supposed to play it this turn because I can't use the darkness, but oh well. You just can't lose from this point. I think to a lot of people they don't like play around fast speed ruination either, and like, oh, I mean, didn't matter, but like fast speed ruination just got him. Like that was just so satisfying. Like you just like with Sen on board, you can play this game so much differently, and I just love it. Like I kept ruination the mulligan for that exact purpose. Maybe not like to like use with Senna, but once I had the Senna as well as the ruination, that was just like insane. I really love that game. I actually love that game so much. I mean, I think like, yeah, opponent definitely played well. But like I don't think there's much we could have done. Like cap down 4 was just a lot of pressure. In the way that we just couldn't deal with Shellfolk on the same turn. Draven Sion. If I want to keep Veigar, is keeping Veigar good? Like, I don't know if Veigar is even good here. Like, this is not bad, funnily enough. Do I want to keep all this? Maybe not. Mulling away Veigar feels like weird, but in this matchup I think it's tad slow. If we draw it later on, I think it's fine. I can call it just way better right now. Okay. Draven.
I have
Fine.
the best job.
I doubt they're playing like survival skills these days. I guess I could have. No, I just drew this turn, right? Yeah, so if I drew this last turn, I could play this into this on a Draven. That might have just been better, but I didn't have this last turn. If I had it last turn, would I have played it? Maybe. Maybe I would have. Okay. Go Hard lets me pump this to a Fearsome blocker. I mean, any of these do, except for this, obviously, because this never really works. This being a draw 1, this, like, making our deck worse. I think it's actually just on to Dusk.
What wondrous discoveries await
Because, like, this is a burst Fearsome blocker, which is really good. Because, like, he might be like, oh, hey, I'm just going to attack right now because he doesn't have a Fearsome blocker. And then I just, like, get him. Get him. I'm going to Darkness this.
Work the fabric, minions. Work it.
Well, now I don't need to get him because I just shoot it, right? I'm still going to get him, though. Opponent has been successfully gotten. Because now this sets up this for nice whale. He has all his daring poros that died a whale. Like, this is good. We're in a chilling spot. We're chilling. The issue is we still do not have a mini morph for Sion, which is always slightly annoying. He wants to walk into whale, which I will always accept. Like, you gonna play out another one? Like, the only reason you play this is because you want to play out another. Okay. Another Lost Soul, that's fine. This box is just okay, I guess. It's gonna be hard finding higher value for box. 3 units is pretty good. Because, like, he wants, like, play Sion next turn, right? I can attack here. Like, if you want to block the 4-1, I'm perfectly happy. Cool. So, like, Sion's just, like, the main issue. We can't really deal with him. Drawing 2 is, like, fine and all. Only got infinite value. For now. For now, for sure. We do have healing, so, like, we can, like, chip away at Sion slowly over a few turns. We still need to figure out how to actually deal with him, which is a little bit of a struggle. So, like, we'll soak 4 this turn. We have a bit of healing here. But, like, we need to find a mini-morph at the end of the day. Senna actually sort of works. It's definitely tough. We do have a bit of healing. Stress Defense, absolutely insane.
One goes down.
Sound scares me. Sounds a little bit scary here. Darkness only dealing 2 damage is probably the one thing that's just like really screwing us over here.
Ready to fire.
Even lol I run. I mean, we'll just set up a whale for the best we can then. Talk about whale, huh? So like next turn we can just simply whale clear his board. We can kill Sion and then like stress fence it. Like we're buying ourselves a good amount of time here. Whale Valley? Whale Valley is kind of nuts. Second stress. I didn't even know I ran 2 stress fences. Whale does not exist in this guy's vocabulary. Holy moly. Oh my god, he does not know what whale means. Oh, I should attack with Senna. This is bad. Oh, but thank god. Oh, cute. I can like stress defense the thing, I guess. And I can attack with Senna as well. I'm just gonna stress defense his Silence return. And I am taking a little bit of damage here. But I do have Whale for the follow-up next turn.
Boom. Darkness and light.
He pulls like this. I'm still blocking a good amount. He pulls this, and then I have to block with Senna, which is gonna suck a tad. Or not? That's kind of interesting.
Oh, my dear. No.
We do need to keep Senna alive, unfortunately. Is Destin Ada underrated? It's definitely an interesting card for sure. Is it good and is it actually good? Is a slightly different question. It could be. Maybe it is. But I just sort of copied this list and kind of just ran for it. Like, he has to have another Sion, which he doesn't have. If he doesn't have second Sion, we're just chilling this game. Like, he needs to have second Sion, or it's just like kind of not really gonna go his way. Yeah, buddy. Like, without second Sion, he's just not doing anything in this game. Unless he can burn me out right here. This is like the one moment. He's at 7 mana, I'm at 7 health. He could have just straight up killed me with burn. But because he used so much burn to like do nothing, like this is like perfectly fine. And now he still needs a top deck Sion, and we can find Minimorph or just other champs and answers. Rekindler, very good card. It's kind of weird just because this is a game where Darkness has been at 2 damage the whole time. I can always revive it if I need to. I would like for you to just kill my Rekindler if that's okay with you. Like, do you want to axe into my Rekindler, buddy? I would love for you to do that. The issue is if you can just like kill my Spiderling. Hopefully he flocks here and at least I get like a 60-60, 60 or like a 60-40. Yep. I would like I'm a little bit scared if he like shoots my Spiderling. That's where things get a little bit questionable. Oh, I could have stress defense this. That might have been an answer. Aha, he goes phase, the fool. You should have killed the Spiderling. Got him. Sort of got him, but like not really. But like sort of. Definitely sort of. 1 extra healing's good here. Top deck Sion, of course. We have stress defense, we're not completely worried quite yet. Okay. We can stress defense into it and heal 4.
Battered to its elements, even us.
Definitely annoying.
Come out and die. Join the conflagration.
So now he could technically have another Mystic Shot. So if I do this, he Mystic Shots here, he has 10. 10 over 4, I'm not actually dead. Weirdo wasn't followed. Yo, Quack, what's up, man? Thanks so much for coming back in. So like, he Mystic Shots his own Sion. I'm not actually dead yet. But setting this down to 2... This Darkness just deals too little damage.
Free themselves.
Like, if this Darkness dealt 4 damage, I'd be completely fine. Block with Spider. I think I'm fine if he tries to Mystic Shot his own Sion. Oh. Okay. That answers that, then. I want this heal.
Conflict, we grow. Ready to fire.
Oh, I can't do this though. Like, without a mini-morph, I think I have to, like, double kill the Sion again, and I wanted a way to be able to darkness it when it swings. Dassy, huh? I need this heal now, then.
Control. Darkness and light.
If he lets me heal here, I'm pretty happy about it. Okay. Okay. I do have to mini-morph this, I think. Well, I don't think I have to. Unless I play this. Because this deals what? It deals 1 damage? If it deals 1 damage, I'm down to 4. He can't burn me out. Unless he top decks. Decimate. 4 is a little bit risky. I just need to mini-morph it. Darkness Suns. This only deals 2 damage, and I can't actually kill it.
Moving in. Guess that's it.
Okay. You must play one more on your main passive on ladder. What a tempting offer, my friend. I can trade with Senna because I can darkness this and get like a trade up.
The elements bind the living and the dead.
I mean, he just can't attack with this right now. Decimate off the top? Yeesh. I mean, that's whatever. Sort of. Wait, why would he... What? Wait, what? Why does he go face, guys? Excuse me? That's a little bit bizarre to me. Is he, like, baiting me? There's nothing you can bait me with. He has no attack. Like, and this might be, like, the ultimate fervor bait, but... You can be like me and at 450 LP week when try down 0, yeah. I did see that in real time. It was quite the event, honestly. And then be sad about getting it back, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure I played like 40 games in Masters this season.
Back to the war.
Or maybe like 50. It's definitely very, very like concentratedly focused on climbing. So I'm kind of hesitant to just like tank it. No, stop. Oh, okay. Inner peace. Inner peace. Alright, it's simple, guys. We mulligan away the Vile Feast. This card's gonna turn into Vhagar. We mulligan away the Pokey Stick. This card's gonna turn into Catalyzer. We mulligan away this. This is gonna turn into Rekindler. And then this card is going to turn into Conchologist. Vhagar, Catalyzer, Rekindler, Conchologist. 2 out of 4. That was close. Play Stony Scouts running Purify? Oh lord. That sounds miserable. I make a completely new deck? I could. Honestly, that's not a bad idea, but I'm feeling rather uninspired. Miscall? Excellent draw. The issue is he plays his own Catalyzer, and that's gonna sting. Because we don't have Catalyzer, I'm willing to pass here to see if he wants to play it. Thank God. What, an elusive deck with ambush finisher? If it's already an elusive deck, it doesn't need ambush, right? I was playing a bit of like, I mean, you're here. I was playing the Rumble deck. That was not a fun experience. Quicken? Quicken's nuts. I can just like send back his Veigar to hand? That's so insane. Like I play my Veigar on 4, he plays his Veigar on 4, except I quicken his Veigar? That's insane. What the heck? Do I want to take... I don't want to play this because I want to play this, and I don't want to have duplicate darknesses. I think it's fine taking 3 if he attacks. Oh wow, he doesn't attack. So sick. Like he could have attacked and dealt 3. What's the punish? He like plays darkness plus X. But I have miscall. If he plays his own Veigar, I just quicken it and I'm like suddenly ahead, right? Like he plays Veigar and I quicken it, I actually feel really ahead. If he tries to kill my Veigar, I just... Whoa. I didn't see that one coming. Should I quicken my own Veigar? No, I should just miscall it like a reasonable person. But I can quicken my own Veigar in the future, and that could be really powerful. Target variant of Zoe Crescent Guardian? Target variant of Zoe Crescent Guardian. I know like Lover Pies was playing some like Target Overwhelm stuff earlier with Zenith. I'm pretty sure like Pies or like Lover Pies was playing something like that, except probably like a better refined deck. It was some like Target Overwhelm stuff. Alright, if you're just not gonna kill my Veigar, I'm just gonna win this game, buddy. Why can't mirrors always look like this, where I just like completely slaughter my opponents? Never mind. Now I feel like a fool. Wow, I feel like an idiot. Oh. I had to say it then. Just had to say it. My Darkness only deals 3? That's so bad. Wow, I'm such an idiot. Well, we still can't play his Veigar. My Darknesses deal 1 more damage, and they cost 1, and I have board parity. And I can just kill Senna. I kill Senna here. But then I can't kill Veigar. Imagine not playing around Generate Black Spear? Yeah. Like, who would play around that? What sane person would be playing around that? Feels main decked, fair enough, but really got me there. Like, we're still pretty ahead. We just, why do control decks in Runeterra not really seem to run much card draw as other card games? There's just not as much card draw in Runeterra. I think if you came from Hearthstone in particular, where every deck pretty much has card draw, that's just not as prevalent within Runeterra. Like, while there is like some card draw with each region, it's usually a lot more costly, and generally they only run the best. This does work, but I just like stalking into like, it's simple. It's actually so simple, guys. I Stalking Shadows, I hit Rekindler, I win the game. It's that simple, guys. I'm also just gonna attack for 2 damage. It's that simple, it's that easy. I just deal 2 damage here. Maybe I don't want to deal 2 damage. Maybe I want to deal more. Oh! But I hope that answered your question. As I fume silently in a corner, trying to make sense of whatever the frick just happened. For
the wicked, for the dead, I bring rest.
Should I have a clip of that? You could easily clip that. Today's just not my day. I'm just not calling anything. Like, I used to be so good at calling cards, and now I'm just like this washed up failure of a card caller. He probably just baited me into like Vhagar as well. It's like a glimpse beyond. Lightning Rush? What if I like... Is Quicken any better than just eating this Conchologist? Or like saving this Conchologist to give me another spell? It's actually really interesting. It's very interesting. Like, I can get another Darkness out of it. What's the best value? Like, recalling Vhagar, good value. Recalling his Catalyzer, good value. Maybe just gets more value later. Like, his 3-mana Darknesses are gonna really slow him down this game.
Darkness and light.
Take 4, you got it. Vhagar, okay. You got it. I got it. I don't know if you got it, though. 3-mana Darkness, you got it. So you like mini-morphs my Vhagar, then I don't got it. That would be really unfortunate. I'm just gonna pass. He's like behind. His Darknesses cost 3. He might even like play Dark Bulb into like Darkness, and that would be like really not good for him. And then I can just freely play Vhagar, right? So I'll just do this. He plays this. I play Vhagar, and then I'm back on top, baby. Do it. Senna's more important than Vhagar in this matchup. I can save the Senna still. I'm just like baiting him to play this Darkness. Really. I mean, you want a mini... Like, I get why it's more important, because, like, once at the very end, you just start fighting for board. Like, at the very end, it just becomes a board battle, right? That's exactly why I saved this card. Get outplayed. Simple. I'm gonna post on my Twitter, actually. That was relatively entertaining. Get out of here. It was that simple. Freaking noobs. Oh my god. Get me out of these mirrors. Woo! Having so much fun. I don't know if you guys can tell. This card's good in this matchup because you really want efficient Darknesses. The issue is it's not a core card and just gets merciless Sivired. Dark Bulb at least lets me challenge Akshan, but I never want to cast Darkness for 3 on turn 3. It's not bad. Seen worse. College is perfect. Oh wow, very slow start from him too. Very happy to see that. Stress Fence, good. Bouncing Bomb, pop Spell Shield, not bad. Could pop 2 Spell Shields. It's very interesting. I like a lot of these. It's either Bouncing Bomb or Stress Defense. We do have easy ways to pop Spell Shield, especially with the Scoop Shot, so I don't mind Stress Defense here. Mini Morph, not bad. Like, his slow start gives us a lot of breathing room, especially makes his turn 3 awkward, because now he can't play like Merciless in a Sivir. And if he wants to play Merciless Hunter now, he's Merciless Hunting the Conchologist, and that's just not very ideal for him. I could play this. If I play this, I just mean I play Robemaker next turn, and not Vhagar. Like, he can't like pass next turn, which means I can play Vhagar next turn, unless he runs like single combat, in which case I still have Stress Defense up. I want to make sure I get very good use out of all my Darkness generations. But again, I don't want to play Darkness for 3 mana. So like, his turn's like sort of awkward, right? I mean, not exactly, but now I can just like slam Vhagar. We can also just like Val Feast this first. I think this is fine. Like, what does he do? He Sharp Sights plus like Akshan spells. That could be really bad. But other than that, like, if our Darkness gets to 3, it's a lot better. And worst case scenario, we just like Stress Defense him. Like, what? He's gonna like Sharp Sight Cataclysm, and then we just like Stress Defense. That'd be pretty good. Like, he doesn't have like very good ways of dealing with this Vhagar right here. Concerted Strike. I have Val Feast. Anything else requires some sort of multitude of cards, and it probably just won't really benefit him as much. I will trade this way. And then I can start taking like pit shots at his Akshan. Oh really? He's gonna get fancy on me? I don't think so. I was hoping he'd get like really fancy on me somehow and I just punish him with like this stress defense. But, like we're kind of chilling here, especially if he passes again. Because he's floating so much mana here. Is he actually going for it? Kind of interesting. Is it a sharp side or a cataclysm? Cataclysm. Okay. We do have the stress defense for this case. I was so scared that I, for some reason, didn't get another action there and I was gonna like flip my table. But I'm good. I remember how cards work. I do want to kill this turn though. I don't want to give him flip on Akshan, and that means he has to sharp sight this again, which Shapestone doesn't work and he already used 1 sharp. If I can kill Akshan before he flips, that's a huge deal. Even though this costs 3, we're in a pretty good advantage, like we're in a pretty advantageous position so far. And if our darkness just goes to 4 damage, then I think it's fine, even if he kills off my Vanguard later. Like ultimately, this is sort of fine. I even have ways of killing the Merciless Hunter if he attacks with it. Another Akshan's quite annoying. Not really the card I wanted to see, especially when I'm trying to make sure his Akshan doesn't flip. Ahem. Well, we have so much board control with like Senna, and once this darkness comes 2 mana. I'm very tempted to try to save this. But then we can't play Rogue Maker. I think a 4 mana darkness is just perfectly fine this game, and we should just play efficiently for board now. Because I don't think anything else matters this game. Like, 4 mana darkness is just fine. We're just gonna power him out of the board with like 2 mana deal 4s. And now we'll just like start darkness, Senna, darkness, darkness, Senna, darkness, whatever nonsense. And this always dies like group shot, Vile Feast some other time. Yeah, buddy. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm done with my turn. You have 6 mana, buddy. You wanna play it out. Rally? I don't care about Rally at all. Like, Rally, I just, like, group shot this, right? Rally, I block Akshan. Like, he'd be in a really desperate position if he needs to Rally here. Just because he doesn't have a good target anyways. And if he wants, like, Rally plus shape to, like, even just trade in, like, super happy. Like, his position's very awkward, our position is very good. And now we just like really pop off, right? Now that these cost 2 and deal 4, we can kill pretty much everything in his deck. This is a little bit interesting. If we play Senna, we do tap out completely, which I'm not sure I'm super happy about doing. I can probably wait 1 turn on the Senna. I do have fearsome blockers now, so that's not a big deal. I don't have anything else I want to kill on his side that with the darkness rather. And again, he's in the same position where he's floating this 5 mana that he really didn't have any way to capitalize on. If I play Senna gets concerted, it actually dies. So I don't want to play Senna here. Even though I could, I don't want to. I'm just gonna add a darkness in my hand, I'll play out this darkness, and then I'll play Senna. Like, his health total also doesn't particularly matter. At some point in the game, we just have complete board dominance, and then whatever he does just doesn't really matter. Alternatively, he can slip in and just, like, get a position where his Sivir's, like, flipped and then has Spell Shield and Absolver. But we have ways of popping Spell Shield that will just, like, never, like, save for a rainy day, right? So we're just gonna play it very heavily for board here. his rally here is not great. We're not going to really attack into him, and he's burning more mana than us, and we're the control deck, which is always a good feeling. Miscall, excellent card. And that's going to save our Senna on our next turn. So on turn 9, we drop Senna, we have Miscall to back it up, and we should just realistically just like pop off. We'll take like cheap shots at the Merciless Hunter. Like, the only thing we're scared of is Sivir, and we have a Pauper plus Minimorph. Or just like Pauper plus Darkness. And the basic way he's playing, I don't really think he has Sivir. Should be GG barring some oopsies, yeah. It's like his Sivir is like quite below where it needs to be. I could just try to go for it. He doesn't have Sharp Sight. Like, this is fine. I'm gonna have to play this out eventually. If I can just pop in and kill this Sivir. He could play like a second Sivir, which would like be kind of unfortunate, but based off of like my knowledge of his hand, he doesn't have Sharp Sight, and so he doesn't have an easy way of like actually saving this. Double Absolver. It's kind of annoying, but we do have Minimorph as well as a backup. We don't even have to Minimorph it, he can't rally. But, like, this is a really good Minimorph. As far as I'm aware, this is a pretty decent Minimorph. Smooth Brain Fool? Who are you calling a fool? One Absolver down. We do need to keep our health total up, I think. The only way we die is if we die. Okay, now we have Senna plus Miscall plus Darknesses. We can't actually Darkness now, though. We can attack. Probably not, actually. We just need to save up the mana for this card. Unless he taps under, probably Concerted Strike. Yep. So he also needs to have second Sivir. If he like concerted singles, I just miscall it. I could also just darkness it. That's not true. I need to revive it. Can I use one Cataclysm? It is concerted. Okay. I just like recall it. Not recall it, but revive it. It's weird that they didn't make like revive like a, I don't know, like a keyword or some way. The only way we die is if we die? Yes. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, the only way we lose is if we like lose. Like, there's a lot more truth in that than there's much more truth in that statement than like what meets like the eye. It's very like it's like almost oxymoronic in how like basic it is. Oxymoronic is not even the right word, but it's almost like, I guess he could draw Sivir and we kind of lose. That's not true. We have ways of dealing. Absorb Soul, Sap and Toss. Nothing as the thing.
What wondrous discoveries await below?
Like, I've said this many times, but like, ooh, that's annoying. Redundant, obvious. Not it's not redundant because they mean two different things, but it's like it's rather the opposite of obvious. It's actually rather unclear why it's so obvious. Wait, that doesn't make sense. I'll try to figure out how to phrase it, but that's really smart. I do need to save Senna. If he has Absolver, am I crying? So let's say he has Absolver. And Rally. That would suck. So if he has Absolver, goes to 8, goes to We can't kill this through an Absolver, is that true? No, we can kill it through an Absolver. Ooh, this is tough. Because I really want to kill a Sivir. That's like what makes his rally good. If we kill Sivir, everything else just trades on the board. Which ultimately I think is the safest line we can ever make. Like if his Sivir dies, I think we're no longer worried about anything. But if his Sivir survives, then we're in full-on panic mode, right? Like his last card here is most likely Rally, we know what this card is. And then it's two unknowns that he most likely drew into. What card back is this? I think this is the arcane one. Well, not the arcane one, but like something like very similar to it at the very least. Because now his rally is sort of bricked. Our hand does suck, but we have a lot of good draws in our deck. So he can still rally on us. Those are not the cards. But this rally again is just not super impactful. Okay. The issue is we're actually crying because we just suck at drawing cards today. I'll check the card back for you after this one, but how are we still losing this game? Oh my god. I thought I was winning and then suddenly I'm not winning. Maybe I was supposed to play like last turn a lot more greedily and try to protect my unit. He's packing so much mana. I mean, we can just like draw into duds all day, every day. I would really like to not get more frustrated, but doesn't look very favorable for us at this current state. What? Really? I didn't think so. We have stress defense, we're not really scared of like some weird Absolver play. If we can just kill this guy, I think that's a pretty good sign. Do we still kill it? No. I feel like we're using more resources than necessary, really? I barely use any resource. I feel like we took less risk than we should have. As in, we should have used more resources at a better state of the game than we did now. Like, us losing, like, Senna was, like, the biggest reason why we're here. What? Tough. Boo. Like, if we had Senna alive, we would be completely fine. This at least kills one of them. Saving a lot of cards up, which is really surprising to me. I suspect this card to the right is Rally. I know what this card is, but these three cards are relative unknowns. I think it's cards I just want to save for champions, which makes me think at least one of them is like a Concerted Strike. So this card is interesting. So it's a Bright Steel, that makes sense. Now this blocks this. Maybe we should have saved it for next turn when we could like surprise him. But, okay, so this card's Rally, this card's Waking Sands. These cards, likely another Concerted, likely a combat trick. So some spell, it's definitely some spell. Most likely a combat trick or removal. Either way, doesn't really matter at this particular point in the game. 0 mana darkness, whee! And now we just like take these blocks. He's forced to play out whatever cards these are to save this, and then we can like group shot if we really want to. Or he takes a trade, also kind of surprising. Like, we're still not losing. Even like if he draws another Sivir, I don't think we're actually losing yet either. So Radiant. Radiant also made sense, but I really felt like we should just like slam Radiant as a 4-5 in certain cases. Makes sense to why you waited till this specific moment. What is this? Overwhelm? Well, that has to die. There's no rush though. So Rally, something, something, something. Box is hideously useless. Pokestick does something, hooray. So that dies to the thing. I'm gonna start by the Pokestick here. Potentially cast Box, but I don't really think he has any more units. I can afford to take a little bit of damage. Veigar is really good. But the issue with that is I think he just has like Concerted Strike. I mean, we just box these fools, and then we have like other tools on top of it if we need to. We'll play this turn conservatively. We do have champs? Yes, we do have champs in our deck. It's a miracle.
Persistence is key.
I do need to play this Dark Explorer. I play Vagar, but that's like totally fine. Cost 0. If he buffs these to push damage, I can counter with Group Shot Withering Wail. If he like does some Absolver play, I do have Stress Defense. Bet. And now we're just gonna Darkness this. This deck is so Resident Sleeper, man. It's been so long. Even Darkness just closes the game. Either, or not Darkness, like Tree. Bandle Tree like wins or loses by like turn 8. But this Resident Sleeper deck is just... Oh, he can't even Concerted Strike now. Wow, that's huge. Because now I can Stress Defense whatever unit he wants to play. That's really big. That's actually huge. The fact that we removed his board completely is really huge for us, because we also know he's on a very unit light hand. Oh, I can't take any more of this deck, man.